Hey, every morning, millions of people wake up feeling exhausted, bloated, or foggy, believing it's just normal aging. But what if the real problem isn't your age at all? What if it's your gut silently breaking down from the inside out? Inside your body lives an entire universe, over 100 trillion microscopic organisms controlling more of your health than your doctor ever told you. Scientists now call it the gut microbiome, and it may be the single most powerful system deciding how long you live, how you think, and how you feel. Most people never realize that the gut doesn't just digest food. It commands your immune system, influences your brain chemistry, and even decides how much fat your body stores. When this inner ecosystem falls apart, everything else starts collapsing. Poor sleep, low mood, constant cravings, and chronic inflammation that silently damages your organs. According to recent research, an unhealthy gut can trigger more than 70% of immune disorders and is directly linked to anxiety, depression, and even accelerated cognitive decline. Yet the warning signs are often ignored until the body forces you to listen. Your gut speaks through signals: bloating after meals, constant fatigue, unpredictable digestion, or that stubborn belly fat that won't leave no matter what diet you try. These aren't random annoyances, they're alarms from your microbiome begging for balance. So what exactly is this hidden network inside you? Imagine a long, winding tunnel that begins at your mouth and ends far below, lined with cells, nerves, and chemical sensors that talk non-stop with your brain. Inside that tunnel live billions of bacteria, fungi, and viruses, both good and bad. When balanced, they form a thriving ecosystem that digests food, fights toxins, and keeps your mood steady. When disrupted, chaos begins. Scientists have a name for that chaos: dysbiosis, an imbalance of gut bacteria. It happens quietly, fueled by processed food, stress, antibiotics, and lack of fiber. Dysbiosis doesn't make you sick overnight. It slowly rewires your metabolism and immunity until your system can't fight back. Now, here's the terrifying part most people never hear. Your gut has a direct hotline to your brain, called the gut-brain axis. This means whatever happens in your digestive tract instantly affects your mind. If your gut bacteria are inflamed, your brain becomes inflamed too. That's why gut problems often feel like emotional problems: anxiety, irritability, brain fog, even memory lapses. Your gut literally produces the same neurotransmitters that shape your mood: serotonin, dopamine, and GABA. In fact, over 90% of serotonin, the feel-good hormone, is made not in your brain but in your intestines. Think about that. Your happiness depends on bacteria. But that's not the only shocker. Your gut also drives the strength of your immune system. Around 70% of your immune cells are located along your intestinal wall, forming your body's first line of defense. When the microbiome is balanced, these immune cells recognize friend from foe. When it's not, your immune system goes rogue, attacking healthy tissue, sparking allergies, arthritis, and endless inflammation. Experts are now calling the gut the body's command center. It sends millions of messages to the brain every second through a massive nerve called the vagus nerve, a biological fiber optic cable transmitting information both ways. When your microbiome is balanced, this communication keeps you calm, focused, and resilient. When disrupted, that line becomes static, leading to stress, poor sleep, and digestive discomfort that won't quit. A study published recently revealed that people with poor gut diversity were 3 times more likely to experience mood disorders and chronic fatigue than those with a healthy microbiome. Translation: what's happening in your belly shapes your daily emotions more than any self-help book ever will. But here's the good news: the gut is incredibly adaptable. It can heal faster than almost any organ in your body, if you feed it what it needs. The challenge is that most of us unknowingly starve it. Modern diets loaded with refined sugar, artificial sweeteners, and preservatives are like chemical warfare against our gut bacteria. These additives extend shelf life, but shorten yours. They wipe out beneficial microbes, inflame the gut lining, and leave behind toxins that seep into your bloodstream, a process scientists call leaky gut. Leaky gut is not a myth. When the intestinal barrier breaks down, tiny particles from food and bacteria slip into your circulation, confusing your immune system into attacking everything, including you. That's when chronic inflammation begins. Joint pain, fatigue, unexplained rashes, and a foggy mind that no amount of caffeine can fix. At this point, most people run to temporary fixes, pain pills, detox drinks, gut reset fads, but none of them work long-term because they treat the symptoms, not the cause. The real key is rebuilding balance inside your microbiome. So how do you fix it? It begins with diversity, feeding your gut the variety it's designed for. Scientists have found that people who eat 30 different plant foods per week have far healthier microbiomes than those who eat the same meals daily. Every fruit, nut, grain, or legume adds a new strain of good bacteria to your system. The gut thrives on complexity. The more diverse your diet, the stronger your internal defense system becomes. The second rule, fiber is fuel. Most adults in developed nations eat less than half the recommended amount of fiber daily. Fiber acts as prebiotic food for your beneficial bacteria, helping them produce short-chain fatty acids, tiny molecules that heal your gut lining, lower inflammation, and protect your brain. Without enough fiber, your bacteria starve, die off, and leave your gut vulnerable to harmful invaders. Third, consistency kills diversity. Eating the same healthy salad every day might seem good, but your gut reads that monotony as famine. Rotating your meals, experimenting with seasonal produce, and mixing up your grains helps your microbiome evolve. And here's a truth that surprises most people. Gut repair has little to do with perfection. It's about small, steady changes, swapping white bread for whole grain, adding lentils instead of skipping dinner, drinking water instead of diet soda. Artificial sweeteners, in particular, are microbiome assassins. They trick your body into expecting sugar, but deliver none, throwing your insulin balance off and confusing your bacteria. Studies show they can reduce beneficial gut species in just a few days of use. Meanwhile, chronic stress acts like acid on your microbiome. Cortisol, the stress hormone, literally changes the composition of gut bacteria, increasing bad species that feed on inflammation. This is why relaxation, deep breathing, and sleep aren't just good habits. They're medicine for your gut. Now, here's something few people ever consider. Your gut and your weight are not enemies. They're partners. When your gut is unbalanced, it literally tells your body to store fat. Certain harmful bacteria extract more calories from the same food than others. Two people can eat identical meals, but the one with an unhealthy microbiome gains more weight simply because their bacteria are more efficient at storing energy. That's why traditional calorie counting fails for most adults, especially those over 45. You're not overeating. Your bacteria are. Have you noticed mood changes, fatigue, or digestion issues after certain foods? Your story might help someone else watching this right now. Let's dig deeper into the final link between your gut and your lifespan. Recent studies suggest that gut diversity may predict longevity better than cholesterol or blood pressure. In older adults with a rich microbiome, researchers observed better cognitive performance, stronger immunity, and lower risk of chronic diseases. The message is clear. If you want to age slowly, protect your gut early. But how exactly do you know your gut is crying for help? Here are silent red flags most people ignore. frequent bloating or irregular bowel movements, unexplained skin breakouts or rashes, sugar cravings or emotional eating, chronic fatigue or morning brain fog, mood swings or trouble focusing. Each of these is a whisper from your gut telling you it's out of balance, and the longer you wait, the louder that whisper becomes, until it turns into chronic inflammation, metabolic syndrome, or worse. Now, remember that open loop we left earlier about the gut-brain connection? Here's where it gets fascinating. Researchers have shown that people with poor gut health often develop higher levels of cortisol, the stress hormone. This chemical storm not only damages your brain cells, but also weakens the intestinal barrier, creating a vicious cycle between stress and digestion. But when the microbiome is healthy, it produces calming compounds like GABA and serotonin that tell your brain, you're safe, you can relax. In short, a peaceful gut creates a peaceful mind. This biological dialogue doesn't stop there. The vagus nerve, a superhighway linking your gut and brain, controls your heart rate, digestion, and emotional response. When your gut flora thrive, this nerve sends powerful safety signals that keep your immune system in check and your inflammation low. So how do you rebuild your microbiome from scratch? Let's simplify it into 5 life-changing habits. 1. Eat 30+ plants a week. Each color and texture feeds a different family of gut bacteria. Think of your plate as a garden. More colors mean more life. 2. Hit 30 grams of fiber daily. Whole grains, beans, lentils, oats, fruits, and nuts fuel your good bacteria. They, in return, produce compounds that protect your gut lining and brain. 3. Sleep like your health depends on it, because it does. Your microbiome follows a 24-hour rhythm. Irregular sleep confuses it, weakening your metabolism and mental focus. 4. Cut down on processed food and artificial sweeteners. They're microbiome killers disguised as convenience. What preserves your snack destroys your cells. 5. Manage your stress daily. Breathing exercises, meditation, or even a slow walk can lower cortisol levels, allowing your gut to repair itself naturally. And one bonus habit: move your body. Physical activity isn't just for muscles, it literally increases microbial diversity. Your gut loves motion as much as your heart does. Now let's close the final loop. Earlier we said your gut doesn't just influence your health, it controls it. Here's the truth. Every system in your body, from your hormones to your immune response, takes orders from your gut. If it's inflamed, your brain gets anxious. If it's balanced, your body runs like a finely tuned engine. That's why focusing on gut health isn't optional, it's foundational. When you fix your gut, you don't just ease digestion. You unlock better mood, sharper focus, stronger immunity, and slower aging. Because healing the gut isn't about eating less, it's about feeding life inside you. Your gut holds the blueprint to your entire well-being. Treat it right, and every part of your body follows. If you found this video helpful, like, share, and subscribe to Nutrizlab for more science-based health insights. Visit our website, www.nutrizlab.com, for detailed guides and product reviews to help you live stronger, longer.